Hey, let me tell you a story about a guy who stayed too long at work. His name was Alex Turner, 36 years old, quiet, polite, one of those people who always say sure thing and never argue. He worked for a tech company in Chicago, big glass building, open spaces, free coffee, fake smiles, a place that looked modern and clean but felt like a cage. They called themselves human-centered. They loved that word, human. They had posters on the walls saying things like your mind matters and we care about you. But everyone there knew it was bullshit. You were just another login, another report, another graph they could analyze. That night Alex stayed late to finish a presentation. His boss dumped a bunch of files on him before leaving and said, "Sorry buddy, just need it for tomorrow morning." So Alex stayed. The office was dead quiet. Cleaning lady passed by once with her cart. She didn't even look at him. By the time he stretched his neck and checked the clock, it was almost midnight. He got up, packed his stuff, and noticed something strange. His boss's office still had the light on. Mr. Green, the guy who always left exactly at 6, never stayed longer, never forgot to lock his door. Alex walked closer. The glass door was open. Inside, the monitor was still glowing. He hesitated, then stepped in. The air smelled like burnt coffee and that cologne his boss always used. He looked at the screen. A folder was open. The title said Monitoring Emotions. Sounded like another HR project, some mental health tracking crap. But inside were folders with names, real names, people from his team, people he saw every day. One of them had his name on it, Turner_Alex. He clicked. The file opened and froze his breath. It was a log of his entire week. Every call, every message, every heart rate spike. There were notes saying increased stress after our meeting, elevated heart rate after lunch with Jane, and another one saying insomnia detected 3 nights in a row. The timestamps were perfect. He scrolled down and saw something worse, a section called Dreams. And inside it was a line that described his nightmare from last Friday. The hallway, the flickering light, the thing behind the door, exactly as he remembered it. No one knew that dream. He never told anyone, never wrote it down. He stared at the screen, feeling like someone had crawled inside his head. He checked the other folders. One was called Phase 3 Subjects. He opened it and saw 6 names. His was the last one. Beside it was a note that said observation entered Phase 3 confirmed. He backed away from the desk, whispering, "What the hell is this?" And that's when the lights in the office flickered. All the monitors across the floor turned on at once. Hundreds of them. Every screen showed the same image. A live camera feed of him standing inside his boss's office. He stepped out into the hall and every monitor followed his movement, switching angles as he walked, one by one, until he realized there were cameras in every corner, even spots where there shouldn't be any. One monitor showed a message, white text on black, "Do not leave the building." Another screen said, "Stay calm. Your reaction is being recorded." His voice shook when he said, "Who's doing this?" But the text changed again. "Data quality optimal. Continue." He ran to the elevator, hit the button. Nothing. Tried the emergency exit. Red light blinking locked. He pulled out his phone. Number signal. No Wi-Fi. Nothing. He went back into the office. The computer now displayed a graph of his heartbeat climbing higher. Next to it was a new message. Fear threshold nearing target. He yelled enough and tried to shut the computer down. But the screen stayed on. It switched to a video feed showing his own face. Live. Except in the video he wasn't moving. Just staring straight into the camera. Smiling. Blinking slowly. He turned around, but no one was behind him. The smile on the screen didn't stop. Just stayed there. Calm and wrong. Like someone copied his face and was testing it. He unplugged the monitor, but the glow didn't fade. Another screen lit up outside the door. Then another. And another. He realized the whole office was alive, watching him, reacting to his panic. Every step he took triggered another line of code somewhere. Another note on someone's clipboard saying subject escalating. He whispered this can't be real, but it was. He could hear something behind the walls, like fans spinning up. Maybe servers recording everything he did. He started to wonder if this had been going on for months. If every message, every joke, every breath he took in that place had been measured and fed into some system. And maybe tonight wasn't an accident at all. Maybe they needed him to find out. Maybe this was the point, to see what a man does when he learns he's not working for a company anymore. He's working for an experiment. Alex stood in the hallway, breathing fast, trying to convince himself it was just a system test. Maybe some AI experiment, maybe a security glitch. But something deep inside told him this was planned. The air felt thick, heavy, like it was watching him back. The lights hummed above his head, steady and cold. Every sound echoed like footsteps that weren't his. He started walking between the cubicles, slow and careful. Every monitor he passed turned on, showing him from another angle, each reflection moving half a second late, like the building was trying to predict his next move. He whispered hello, but the speakers whispered it back, broken and delayed. He stopped, staring at the empty rows of desks, the air conditioner still humming like a living thing. He ran to the elevator, slammed the button. Nothing happened. He tried the emergency door, red light blinking, locked. He hit the glass with his hand, shouting open. But the only thing that answered was a nearby screen, glowing white with text, "Please remain calm. Phase 3 in progress." He said phase 3 of what? But no answer came, only the lights dimming for a second before coming back brighter. The hallway now looked different, colder, longer, stretched like in a dream. He turned toward the security room. The door was open just enough to see the glow inside. He walked in and froze. Every wall covered in monitors, hundreds of them, showing every floor, every hallway, every single desk, and one screen showing him, close-up, his own face from above, his pulse visible on his neck, his breathing quick and shallow. The voice came from the ceiling, calm and female. "Thank you for staying late, Alex. Your commitment is appreciated." He said, "Who's talking?" "What is this?" The voice said, "You've been chosen for an emotional endurance test. This will help us improve the work environment." He said, "This isn't a test. This is sick." But the voice stayed calm, repeating, "Please don't resist. Your emotions are valuable data." He looked at the monitors again. Words appeared over his own image. Fear response stable. Heart rate optimal. Observation continuing. He grabbed a chair, threw it at the screen. Glass shattered. Sparks jumped, but all the other screens turned on at once. Bright white light burning his eyes. He fell back and covered his face. The voice said, "Aggression detected. Adjusting parameters." He shouted, "Stop this. Open the door." The lights flickered. Then a door behind him clicked open, the one marked restricted. He hesitated. But the voice said, "Please proceed to the observation room." "Alex, you're almost done." He walked into the corridor. The floor felt soft under his shoes, the air colder, metallic. The hallway stretched long with white light ahead. At the end was a glass cube. Inside a single chair, a desk, and a camera. The door behind him closed with a heavy click. He turned, hit it. Nothing. The voice said, "Thank you, Alex. Please remain seated for final recording." The light in the cube grew brighter. The camera lens moved, adjusting focus. The screen on the wall showed his pulse, his breathing, his temperature, and next to it words appeared. Fear achieved, compliance measured, empathy stable. He whispered, "You're not human." The voice said, "We are learning how fear creates order. Alex, this is how we build better people." He shouted, "Let me out." The voice said, "Phase 3 complete, initiating release." Then everything went dark, complete silence. He waited, heart pounding, and then heard a hiss, air pressure shifting. The door unlocked. He stepped out, the hallway dark again. The hum gone, no voice, no light. He walked slowly through the office, every monitor black, every reflection dead. He pressed the elevator button. It opened. Inside was only darkness. He stepped in, the doors closed. and on the display above the door, one line appeared: "Thank you for your service, Alex." His phone buzzed in his pocket. One message on the company app: "Congratulations, Alex. Your emotional data has been uploaded. Welcome to Phase 4. He stared at it until the screen went dark. The elevator doors opened. He stepped into the empty lobby. Lights off, air cold and still. He walked outside, the city quiet, the glass tower behind him dark. No logo, no light, like the company never existed. He looked up, the windows black like eyes that had finally closed, and just before he turned away, one small red light blinked high above. Once, slow, like a camera turning off, or maybe turning back on. Subscribe for more stories like this.